0, isn't it? Now tell me what your name is. Yo, one more thing. You looking for a 21-question game or more like a 7-question tournament game? Thanks, Rooney.
30 seconds.
Blair, when you want to buzz in, hit the letter B. That's B as in bamboozle.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. Oh, boy. Okay. When you know an answer, buzz in. If you don't. But if you buzz, you only got a few seconds to pick one of the choices or you're going to lose cash. Follow me? Alrighty then. You have fun now.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Hey there, my name's Cookie. You have any questions at all, please feel free to keep them to yourself. Anyway, so it's just you playing this time around, huh? Nothing to be ashamed of, just don't let it happen again. Well, let's get started. Category, please.
Oh, baby, you're the only one.
For your enjoyment, I was young, I needed the money, I was in heat. $2,000 for a correct answer. Okay, I've got a couple of centerfolds here. It's for research. Hello, Sherry. Greetings, Rhonda. Hey, baby. Lola. Who's this? Well, that's a different look. Suppose Playboy chooses the famous female Coco as its 1998. Coco is a gorilla who knows sign language. She uses more than 500 words. And her favorite 3 signed words are more nipple rouge. Okay, pick a category. Pucker up for Mr. Whipple's Snake Trouble. And it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. Let's see how you handle this one. Since they're known for squeezing their prey to death, which kind of snake should Mr. Whipple keep well away from the Charmin? Mambas, vipers, cobras, or pythons? Pythons are non-venomous and kill by constrictor force of the body muscles, so there's an imminent danger that they might squeeze the Charmin. You know, I don't mean to digress, but when snakes swallow their prey, it kind of looks like this goiter that I've got. I'm sorry, it's just really bumming me out. Anyway. Okay, I need a category. And I believe this one's called, What? It's Not Real? How does $2,000 sound? Hey, I miss the golden days of radio as much as the next guy, but which of the following acts was regularly featured on radio? A ventriloquist show with Edgar Bergen, a silent show with Charlie Chaplin, a magic show with Harry Houdini, or a mime show with Marcel Marceau? See, now, I could have given you some cash if you picked this. Edgar Bergen provided the voice for his dummy, Charlie McCarthy, and believe it or not, the two once had a radio show. I'm also a master ventriloquist. Watch.
Hello, my name is Peebo.
And now while I drink water. Ow! My goiter! All right, hit me. Well, looks like this category is From Blankets to Bondage, The Wonders of Yarn. $1,000 at stake on this one. Hey, doesn't it seem unfair that the bad guys always have to fly a skull and crossbones on their ship's flag? Well, say Captain Hook decides to make a new flag with a big happy face on it. Considering his prosthesis, what's the best method for him to make the new flag? Quilting, knitting, crocheting, or embroidering? Here's what you should have picked. Crocheting is done with a single hooked needle.
Captain, the enemy's approaching!
Don't bother me now, matey. I'm almost done with this sweater. I need a category. Let's see what we got going. The ad never mentioned bringing your own gun. You get this one right, and it's $3,000. Heads up, here it comes. Considering this war lasted more years than its name indicates, which of the following wars could be accused of false advertising? The 6-Day War, the 10 Years' War, the 30 Years' War, or the 100 Years' War? The 100 Years' War actually lasted 116 years. But after it was all over, the world saw glorious peace for 2 whole weeks. Category, please.
Dude, I figured it was a party, so I brought along a...
May I introduce This Little Piggy Got Screwed? $2,000 says you don't know this one. Let's see if you can wrap your head around this. If you want all the taste of pig intestines but don't want to eat actual pig, which product is for you? I can't believe it's not chitlins, I can't believe it's not seitan, I can't believe it's not head cheese, or I can't believe it's not sweetbreads. You weren't planning on using that cash, were you? Should have picked this. The dish made out of a young pig's intestines is called chitlins. And after learning that little fact, it'll be called I Can't Believe I Puked It All Right Back Up. Okay, pick a category.
1, 2,
3,
4, 5,
6.
Well, what do we have here? The dog father of our country. Get it right, I'm handing over $2K. You know, if there's any life lesson I've learned from Snoop Doggy Dogg, it's to keep your money on your mind, even in times of trouble. For example, which U.S. bill has the U.S. Treasury building on the back? $5 bill, $10 bill, $20 bill, or $100 bill? On the $10 bill, the one with Alexander Hamilton? Yeah! And if you frantically went digging into your pocket to look at your money, shame on you. Your dog father and I are very disappointed. All right, hit me. Uh-oh, Elmer Fudd Dime Store.
It's time for a quick essential.
Step right up to your gibberish category. Zoo animals in compromising positions. How about $5,000 to start this gibberish question? Now check it out. As the time disappears, so does the money. So the sooner you buzz in, the better. Okay, look at this and tell me what phrase it rhymes with. Zoo smuts a tease. First clue, it's a grade school taunt. Yeah, you should know all of them. It's a grade school taunt. You say what? Go for it. Type in your answer and hit return. I find that phrase infinitely insulting. I mean, my farts never smell as bad as cut cheese. They have more of an orchid aroma with just a hint of jasmine. Okay, I need a category. Okay, give it up for a corsage for a carnivore. $1,000 if you get it. Listen up. Remember that one-eyed, one-horned flying people eater from the 50s song? Well, if that people eater were being hunted and wanted to hide in a flower garden, what kind of flowers would provide the best camouflage? Lilies, lilacs, sunflowers, or daisies? The people eater from the song was purple. So since lilacs are commonly purple, they would provide the best cover. Although with his one eye and one horn, he might be better off hiding in the crowd at a Lollapalooza tour. I need a category. This one's called I'm Too Sexy for My Name, and it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. Let's rock. Which of these men is not a legendary sex symbol? Fiorello LaGuardia, Don Giovanni, Marcello Mastroianni, or Rudolph Valentino? Bet you wish you'd pick this. Fiorello LaGuardia was the mayor of New York City. He was so sexy they named an airport after him. One down, round 2 to go. Let's get on it. Every question in round 2 is worth twice as much, so we got some serious cash at stake here. Let's get to it. Okay, pick a category. This category is known as artistic license or big stinking lie. $2,000 for a correct answer. Okay, artists, don't think you can get away with all the trash talk and lies you've been pushing. I, for one, am on to you. Which of the following is true? A black author wrote Black Like Me, a woman wrote Little Women, an American wrote America, or a Christian wrote White Christmas? Louisa May Alcott wrote Little Women, and she was a woman. I don't know how little. Of course, she also wrote Little Men, so she's a big stinking liar, too. All right. 12! Say hello to Say I Care with innards. One right answer and $6,000 head your way. So it's time to do right by your sweetie and get him or her some sweets for the sweet. But when you get to the grocery store, you go nuts and you buy a dead cow. Since it's not part of the innards of a cow, what could you not offer your sweetie? Suet for the sweet, sweetbread for the sweet, sweet meat for the sweet, or awful for the awfully sweet? Sweet meat is another name for candy. Candy? Pa, why be conventional? Why let corporations tell us how to show our affection? Give them dead meat. Meat, I tell ya. Okay, I need a category.
I finally conquered my triskaidekaphobia.
13!
Open wide and get ready for... At least it's not Pink Lady and Jeff. Hello, we're talking $6,000, so pay attention. Put your tray in the upright position. It's time for takeoff. If you want to see Tony, Orlando, and Dawn, you should knock 3 times on the ceiling. How should you knock if the answer is no? Twice on the pipe, 3 times on the floor, 4 times on the ceiling, or 5 times on the bed. Twice on the pipe if the answer is no. But not that pipe. Category, please. This little number's known as, drinking this can be dangerous to intellectuals. Get a right answer, you're walking away with $4,000. Okay, you know those Got Milk ads, celebrities with milk mustaches? Well, who would most likely appear in a Got Hemlock ad? Buddha, Socrates, John the Baptist, or Joan of Arc? Socrates, after being sentenced to death, died from drinking hemlock.
I'm a Greek philosopher. Sometimes people don't like what I say, and I have to drink poison. Got hemlock?
I need a category.
Check out my new shouting calculator. 3 times 5 equals...
15!
Shake hands with. Forget snipe hunting. Let's squash Smurfs. How does $2,000 sound? Hey, remember how the Smurfs lived in little mushroom houses? Well, let's say you're out Smurf squashing. If you know they're hiding under mushrooms, which provolone is a type of cheese, not a type of mushroom. You know, if you do go Smurf squashing, I suggest you don't wear shoes with deep treads. You'll be scraping blue goop off your soles for weeks. Okay, you chose wisely, my friend. You just got your hands on a dis or dat. This dis or dat's category name is Ancient Chinese Secret, huh? Now look, I'm gonna read... Oh, so you already know how to play. Okay, let's put 30 seconds on the clock then. And we're off. Tinky Winky Chinese... Dufu. Dipsy. Lala. Po. Lipo. Last one, Li Yu. That's all she wrote. Perfect. And with time to spare, here you go. There you go. Next time you treat. Okay, let's get out of here. All right, hit me. The category? Politics for the Nickelodeon set. Play your cards right, you win $4,000. All right, you know how cartoons are getting more ridiculous every day? Well, tell me this. I saw this really weird cartoon starring the voice of Ronald Reagan's Secretary of Defense. What was it called? Casper Weinberger, the Friendly Ghost, The Adventures of Mighty Meese, Fat Al Haig, or Don King of the Hill? Casper Weinberger was Reagan's Secretary of Defense. He was really into missiles. And as for being ghostly and transparent, I mean, he's a politician, come on. Okay, I need a category. The category is, pick up your phony and call the missing persons hotline. And get this one right, you got 4K coming your way. All right, listen up. The back of the milk carton says, missing author and scholar responds to Jerome or Jerome David. You're missing 1951 is now hero Catcher in the Rye and Franny and Zoe, and now he hides out in New Hampshire to avoid all the publicity. It's J.D. Salinger. Oh, I'm thirsty. Oh, this milk is like 40 years old. Ah. Category, please. And this one is 2 tons of codpiece crushing power. You get 4,000 clams for this one. Hey, if there's one thing I know, it's that no one appreciates Shakespeare more than the owners of monster trucks. Which of these monster trucks shares its name with a Shakespearean fool? Executioner, Barefoot, Gravedigger, or Bigfoot? The Gravedigger is the morbid fool from Hamlet. I be but a gravedigger, yet my shocks be custard coilovers, and my tranny be a Turbo 400. So who the hell called me fool? I need a category. For your enjoyment, Dallas Ego Boys. And you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. All right, so you know how the Dallas Cowboys are called America's team? Say the Cowboys, in an attempt to satisfy their collective ego, also try to become South American. A gaucho is the South American equivalent of a cowboy. I understand that several Cowboys players have expressed an interest in playing games in Colombia. Okay, I need a category. Welcome to the Jack Attack. All right, fine. You want to get to the attack? Consider it done. You may need this clue. Famous folks and other natural wonders. You know, like arsenic and radon. All right, here we go. Way to go, player. It's like I always say, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose, as long as you get to play with yourself. Now get the hell away from the computer and go make some friends, because...
You don't know Jack! Making the high scoreboard, that ought to give you a nice sense of accomplishment. Hey, if you still feel a little unfulfilled and want to keep battering away at these useless accolades, let me know and we'll set you up with another game.
Scientifically tested, amnesio acids go right to the tune, first clearing out those driving rhythms, then wiping away the melody until that tune is gone.
Is that tune out of your head now?
That's right, thanks to Tune Away.
And now we can go to lunch, Paul.
Who's Paul?
Tune Away gets rid of that tune in your head forever.
What's lunch? Hey, do you need some wheels in a hurry? Then come on over to Altoona's Cars and Cars and Cars. Why do I say it 3 times? Because we got so many cars that saying it once just don't do it. You know what I mean?
Excuse me, Al? The paint's still wet on this car I bought.
That's because it's hot off the factory assembly line.
But it's an 84 Dodge.
It's an 84 Dodge Retro.
Oh.
We've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cars at low, low, low prices.
Mr. Tuna, this car has 4 different hubcaps on it.
Don't worry. There's no extra charge for what we like to call enhancements.
Hi, will you take my old car in as a trade-in?
You bet. And we'll give you a fair price for it.
Great. It's right over... Well, it was here a second ago.
Damn, neighborhood. Here, I've got a beauty to show you.
You want someone who deals in finding you some wheels? Just check out his lot, where everything is hot.
Hey, don't say
At
that.
Altoona's Cars and Cars.
And cars.